And welcome back to my channel. दोस्तों, if you are going to give exam of RHCSA, so this is the very helpful information you should always keep in mind. Red Hat RHCSA exam, you have two options. The first is you can give remotely as well as you can give exam at the exam centers. यदि आप घर से एग्जाम देना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए certain guidelines हैं that you can check. So for that, you just go to any browser and type Red Hat Remote Exam. So here you will find one PDF. So these are the guidelines if you are going to give remote exam of RHCSA. This PDF include all the guidelines, so you should read carefully because instruction you should read very carefully. Instruction will be very helpful and you will not make any mistake if you read instruction properly. As you can see in this PDF, 2-3 days prior to your exam, the first is check your requirements. Second is download and create remote exam ISO. Boot to remote exam live ISO and configure your internet settings. Basically 2-3 days बिफोर द एग्जाम आपको सर्टेन स्टेप्स हैं जो कि चेक करना होता है एंड आपका इन्वायरमेंट भी वेरीफाई करना होता है. You have to also ready for the ISO. Both is log into exam environment, run a compatibility test in the remote exam live environment ISO, and make sure to run the compatibility test at the time of day your exam scheduled to get the most accurate evaluation. If there is a chance, if your system requirements are not met, let's say you have some kind of problem in your systems or some problem you are facing, so in that case you will have to reschedule your exam. So this is the very important information you should always keep in mind before appearing in the exam. There are more guidelines in this PDF, so you should read this PDF very carefully. These are the details you can check, like system requirement in details. So let me jump on page 3. Like system requirement computer. You will need a computer with a single active monitor. Means आपको एक computer चाहिए with a single active monitor. Red Hat support many Intel compatible like x86 64-bit architecture computers. Second, USB. One USB drive 2.0 or higher. Remember, USB drive version should be 2.0 or higher with at least 8 GB capacity. The entire disk will be overwritten, so make sure you have saved the contents you have on the disk before following the procedure for creating the live exam environment. USB hub. One wired USB hub is allowed if a hub is needed to accommodate permitted peripheral devices described. A hard drive with free storage capacity of at least 4 GB. यहाँ पे 4 GB mentioned है, but you should have at least 10 GB of hard drive, and more than that will be the good option. Next is mouse. A wired mouse is optional but recommended. Wireless mouse is not allowed. आप वायरलेस माउस को यूज नहीं कर सकते. You should only prefer wired mouse. A wired mouse is required if you use a laptop with the lid closed as described below. Keyboard. Only one keyboard is allowed for the exam. If you wish to use an external wired keyboard with your laptop, you will have to the lid closed. Means ये closed होना चाहिए. The configuration will require the use of external monitor and wired mouse as well. Wireless keyboard are not permitted. So wireless mouse and wireless keyboard are not allowed. Next is webcam. One external webcam with at least 1 मीटर केबल. एक आपको webcam की requirement होगी with at least 1 मीटर cable. Next is monitor. Only one physical display will be allowed for the exam. Connecting an external monitor to our laptop. You are only allowed to use one monitor, one keyboard, and one external mouse. If you choose to connect an external monitor to your laptop, the laptop lid must be closed throughout the duration of exam session. You will be required to use wired keyboard and mouse. सिंस यहाँ पे दो कैमरे की ज़रूरत होती है, one is external webcam, so you have to show all kind of your peripherals because ये काफ़ी critical exam है, so you should always follow these guidelines as mentioned in this video. Next is sound at microphone. A working microphone is required. Verify that the audio and microphone are not set on mute prior to exam. यदि आपका एग्जाम स्टार्ट होने वाला है, so you should verify that it should not be on mute. Rating system यहाँ पे NA है. You can uh, do uh, because this is the rated exam, so operating system is not mentioned. So firewalls that allow normal web activities will typically work. More restrictive firewalls that limit outgoing access that require additional authentication may cause problems. Most firewall issue will show up when you run the compatibility test. Next is RAM. Minimum 4 GB of RAM are required, but I will recommend you should have at least 8 GB of RAM, so that will be a good. Internet connection speed. Download speed required are 2.0 Mbps and upload speed are 1 Mbps, but more than this will be the good because internet speed will be the key factor in remote exam. So your internet speed should be good. Next is network connection. Unless it is physical not possible, a wired network connection should be used. Network connection. Unless it is a physical not possible, a wired network connection should be used, not wireless, to ensure the most reliable delivery of your exam. आपके पास wired network connection should be used. Wired network connection ही आपको prefer करना है. Next is laptop battery. If using a laptop, please ensure that the built-in battery is fully charged. Just in case there is an interruption of power, do not rely on battery as the principal power source. Power we recommend the use of an uninterrupted power supply UPS. Basically ये recommend करते हैं कि UPS होना चाहिए for your computer external monitor if you are using and networking equipment to maintain internet connectivity during power outage. यहाँ पे सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट ये है कि पावर कनेक्टिविटी बिकॉज दिस एग्जाम विल बी 3 hours duration. So in this case, your power should be continued. There should be no interruption in your power because यदि बीच में कुछ interruption होता है, so you will lose your time. आप एग्जाम कहाँ से शुरू कर सकते हैं जहाँ पे आपने छोड़ा था लास्ट, but you will not get your time back which you lost due to power loss. So make sure your laptop should be fully charged and your Wi-Fi and all the peripheral device should be powered on for these 3 hours during the exam. There should be no power interruption. The next is desktop or power computer placement. All desktop or tower computers used for remote exam must sit either on top of the desk being used or in place that allows a full 360-degree scan of the computer. यहाँ पे सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है प्लेसमेंट. ऑल डेस्कटॉप और टावर कंप्यूटर यूज्ड फॉर रिमोट एग्जाम must sit either on the top of the desk. सबसे पहली चीज, that should be placed on the top of the desk being used or in place that allows a full 360-degree scan of the computer. यहाँ पे आपको इस टाइप से इनको सेट करना है that they should be scan 360 degree for real-time assessment of your network hardware requirement. Run the compatibility check with the live environment, which will be provided after the exam is scheduled. So please read these guidelines twice and understand. Creating a remote exam bootable by USB. यहाँ पे आपको remote exam bootable कुछ एक क्रिएशन के स्टेप्स दिए हैं बूटेबल मीडिया का. The display content screen so blue might vary slightly depending on the version of Windows used. Important, you need to be administrator of the system. Often administer privilege from your IT department if you are using laptop provided by your organization. In some case that happen like you are using the laptop which are provided by your IT department. So make sure you have administrative control on your computer. So use your personal laptop computer to create a bootable USB if admin rights cannot be provided for security reasons. लेट्स से यदि आप कोई ऐसा लैपटॉप या डिवाइस यूज कर रहे हैं जो कि आपके आईटी डिपार्टमेंट ने प्रोवाइड किया है or in case they are not able to provide you the administrative privilege. So in that case, you should use your personal laptop or computer to create a bootable USB. So this is very important. You should use a device with administrative privilege. So how to create bootable media? Download remote exam bootable live USB and save it in the local hard drive. सबसे पहले आपको डाउनलोड कर लेना है, then save it to the local hard drive. Next is connect the USB drive intended for creation of live USB. Download and install Fedora Media Writer. कोई install, download and install करना है Fedora Media Writer. Use the Fedora Media Writer to write the download.iso file to your USB drive. इसके बाद इस मीडिया राइटर को आपको यूज करना है Launch Fedora Media Writer from the list of the installed program. Select custom image. इसमें आपको custom image select कर लेना है. If you have a USB drive connected to your computer, Fedora Media Write will display that as the target device to create bootable image. Note: Fedora Media Writer destroy all data on your USB stick while creating a live USB image. We recommended you back up the content of your USB drive beforehand. So, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so next is close the window once the writing process is complete. Boot to the remote exam, bootable live USB, go to instructions. Boot to remote exam, bootable live USB. Okay. Operating system Fedora 30, Fedora 32. The display prompts and screens of below might vary slightly depending on the version Fedora used. Method 1. Using Fedora Media Writer. Download Remote Exam Bootable Live USB and save it to the local drive. Download Fedora Media Writer from the software download utility. This you can check. Search for Fedora Media Writer in the software download utility. Select and install. Click on Launch after installation in custom image. So I hope this video is very helpful for you and you can go through to all these options and guidelines which are mentioned in this video and you can read all the instructions and please read this PDF twice and for any clarification or doubt if you have, so you should clear this before appearing in the exam because you will only give 3 hours to clear the exam while appearing in the exam, so there should be no interruption during the exam. So once you read all the instruction carefully, so there will be very little chance to make a mistake. So thanks for watching and keep learning. Thank you.